what is happening? I wanted to just talk real talk. What is real talk? What is real talk? What is going on in your world? I'm excited. Many things happening in my world. Some are fantastic and some are hard. But moving through it is the key. I feel like people need to know, even if you're someone that helps others, such as a healer, a reader, a person, a first responder, right? We understand how to help people, but sometimes we still don't figure out right away how to help ourselves. Because for me, I love helping other people. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's natural. But when it comes to myself, there's too much emotions involved, and sometimes it's difficult for me to see clearly. And I'm the type of person that comes with my heart first, and a lot of healers are readers, or most of us should be. So we are not thinking logically, we're connecting, and it's like you allow people to imprint in your soul, and it's very difficult to let them go. Hi everybody, hi Lauren, hi everyone. It's very difficult, so I think sometimes people misinterpret that like, oh, well, that person is wonderful with advice. But again, you got to remember that we are receiving and we're delivering. We're receiving and delivering. So it's not like it's coming from a book or anything. Obviously, the faith that we have and the knowledge of raising up again through spiritual hygiene, whatever it is. Good morning, Tony. That helps us. So I wanted to talk real talk, and that's real talk. It's like we don't have the answers to everything that there is to know. We're still having this human experience. I still don't know what direction to go in some issues in my life, and I still hurt like everybody else does, right? I still hurt, I still bleed, everything is all the same. I feel that being in this field enlightens me a bit more, which this allows me to stay in that place of grief as long as I would, possibly, if I didn't have the knowledge that I have on how to move through it. So I'm able to move through it and out of it, I think, a bit quicker, but I still find myself in the same situations as every normal person. I think another thing I want to talk about, to keep it real, is be yourself. Be yourself. Those that surround you will compliment you and you will compliment them. Never look out and say, wow, that's brilliant. I really want to do that because it's brilliant, and do it and then fall on your face because it's really not aligned with who you are and what you should be doing. The video that I posted yesterday on my Facebook, that was when I first started, when I said I'm going to do this, I'm going to start charging, I'm going to do this for a living, and it was so natural. It was nice to hear myself. There was a lot of love there, and it was very natural. I wasn't thinking, oh wait, let me expand on the evidence, let me unfold it, hold on, let me it was natural, and it's a reminder to stay authentic, guys. Work with the spirit world as you're guided to, as your heart tells you to, as your soul tells you to. Be that human being in life that you feel comfortable being. Don't try to be anybody else. They're busy being themselves. That position is occupied. Be yourself. Be who you are. Some people might look at me and say, that's not the teacher for me. She is, she swears, or she goes too fast, and she doesn't really give me time. She throws me in there, and that's okay. I've learned that that's a good thing. It doesn't hurt. It's something that happens in every aspect of life, whether you're in a job or any position in your life, right? Some people understand you, some people don't. As a person, I think some people might see me as maybe having been too lenient with my children because I was a young mother. So my three oldest, they grew up with me. I was 16 when I had Giselle. 17 when I had Jojo, and 18 when I had Nathan. So again, they're all I ever knew, and I'm all they ever knew. You know, their dad really withdrew from their life after we separated, and then I got together with the father of my two youngest, and he was there. But again, because I was young when I had them, I always felt like it was me and them against the world, so there was mistakes that I did that I think now, and I'm like, the two little ones, they got a little bit more because I'm more mature and I'm more organized, but I'm more harder in some ways with them because of what I've learned and what I lacked as a young mother. And I feel like every aspect of our life leads to who we are. The universe knows who we came here to be. And I think the most interesting part of this, guys, is that you choose your parents, you choose your family, you choose to have that DNA running through your blood to excuse me, guys, excuse me. You choose to have that DNA running through your blood because DNA holds memory. And that memory in your blood will, for some reason or another, guide you and keep you aligned with who you are. And then you have your soul, and you have the memory of your soul. These are two things. So the memory of your soul obviously holds any lifetime that you've ever had. So that has its own memories, and the two work together in allowing you to sit in who you are. This is only my perspective, my view. I'm not somebody that is going to judge anybody. I'm not. But I'm also not somebody that is going to give you what you're wanting from me if that's not who I am. I'm somebody that will look at you as who you are, and I will complement however I can with who I am and the tools that I am, especially as a teacher. I'm always open to constructive criticism because that's important. If we are not, then that means we're too comfortable with where we're at and we're not going to grow. If you're uncomfortable, that means that you're growing. You're in a position that you're not used to, but it is not to say that that position won't help you grow. I had things in life, especially this last year, where I think, why would that have come into my life? I don't understand. Some things came quickly and left quickly. Some things came and were hard to let go of. Some things came and slapped me in the face. And even though I got slapped in the face, I still did not want to accept the emotion that I had to accept to let it pass me up and leave my life. Emotions are such a big part of life, which is obviously why I focus on that in my teachings, because to me, if a medium is going to attune to emotions that the visiting spirit is bringing, then they would have to work through their emotions to attune at 110% of their potential. And this is my philosophy. So when I tell my students, hey, let's sit and do emotional frequency healing, they're like, but why, And then when they do it, and things pop up from when they were 3 and 10 and 13 and to the current date, they're like, oh my God, I never thought that if I sat with that emotion, I would feel that type of way and I would cry. The point is to see the emotion, feel the emotion, to release it, to then, after you release it, to allow yourself to get used to being whole again, because that emotion was filling up a space that was empty. because it was obviously keeping the trauma of what caused the emotion there. So it's very interesting to see that within myself, and it's something that's ongoing. You don't do this once and then you're your authentic self. Life is going to keep bringing us hits, and we're going to keep having to stand the fuck up and get back to where we need to be. Healers don't know everything there is to know. A lot of times I've had a crazy day in the house with my children. Crazy day, either they're disputing or the dog ran away and I had to chase the dog and whatever it is, and I have to disconnect from that to give my 110% to that person that has now trusted me and is vulnerable to me for me to read them. Which leads to real talk about a reader not bringing in their stuff to a reading or their personal experiences. We should always be disconnected from our human experience and come into the power and allow the visiting spirits to come in and give us their memories, their emotions. If you're too tied up as a reader with your emotions and your memories, and you're like, oh yeah, I could understand that. Yeah, I could understand that. Yep, you should never say that to me, at least in a reading. And if you do, push yourself back out. Push yourself. It'll happen, guys. I find myself doing it. But push yourself back out. Again, it goes back to exactly what I'm talking about, being a human being. I'm very lucky. I have many beautiful people that connect with me and they're open with me and they try to help me. I have ADD, so it's very hard for me to sit, to read, to be in a position where I'm writing, but God always brings me the people that I need right at the moment that I need it, and I'm very thankful for that. And so you have to have faith in who you are and understand that when you don't understand, God understands and He knows. So all you need to know is that He knows and that everything is going to be okay. You could try the best that you can to be the very best that you are, and life's going to trip you sometimes. Life's going to trip you. And absolutely, Tina, thank you for coming on to hear me. Life's going to trip you sometimes, guys, and either you're going to stay down or you're going to bounce the fuck back. And I choose to bounce back. And I say, man, I'm bouncing back, God. I'm bouncing back. But, man, can I have a little breather? I have been on my own since 14. I have been homeless. I was a young mother. I had a house fire, lost everything. My God, I can probably keep going. I know what it was to have to sell drugs in the streets to get by as a young mother. Those are not things that I'm proud of, but they were my reality. My family was the streets. My family was my the people that were there, that were in that gang. That's all I had. I didn't have, my mom was hurting. My mom went through a lot. She was in an abusive relationship for a very long time. It's just, you choose your outcomes. If I was to sit here, I would be if I was to take everything that happened to me, I would be a piece of shit. I would either be a drug addict, I'd have been in jail, I'd have been a disrespectful, angry person. And trust me, I had my moments where I was that ugly person. I was very disrespectful. You looked at me, what the fuck are you looking at? I was very insecure, although I looked secure outside of me. I was hurting inside of me, and I was hurting because I was abandoned. So I overgave, because if I overgave, then people would need me and they wouldn't leave me. And I didn't even understand that I was doing that. Unconsciously I was doing that. And when it came to me being abused sexually, I would always just want to be with somebody, because if I was with somebody, it assured me that I wouldn't be alone and I wouldn't be in a position where someone was in my space that I didn't want in my space. So we have to be realistic as to what it is that we carry from our hurts and our trauma. It's real, and it hurts, and it weighs. It's heavy. It has heavy weight on your shoulders, on your heart, on your soul. And it's okay to sit with yourself and say, hey, I don't like the way this feels. I don't want this. And so how do you move through that? And it doesn't matter. You're going to clear that up, and then you're going to start again to live life, and you're going to get hit again. So what I love about this journey that I'm on is, again, it helps me to rise up, to get up through my hurts, through my pains. Am I perfect? No. Will I put somebody in their place? Absolutely. I will put somebody in their place. I don't get into politics, and I don't watch the news. I am who I am, and I learn to keep it real with myself too. If I'm doing something wrong, if I was wrong, if I didn't intend to be wrong, but it came across as wrong, I accept that. I'm sorry. I can see how I came across that way. I remember being just so loud within my own self that I couldn't see that. And if somebody came at me, I was ready to throw hands. I was ready to push them back. And now I'm able to check in with myself and take a nice deep breath and say, well, how did it look? How did it look? And slow down. Sometimes we don't want to offend each other, and we don't want to hurt each other, but we're too consumed with ourself, with the state of ourself, that we don't really, look at another person's position. And then when they come at us because they're hurt, we're not listening to what they're saying to us. So slow down and really talk to people and let them talk to you, I will do this until I die. No matter what's going on in my life, I choose to rise up. I choose to be up. I choose to pull people up with me. And I have the trust in my God that whoever's supposed to be on this journey with me will. And those that are supposed to be there for short periods of time, I'm still grateful. Those that are supposed to be there long term, I'm more grateful. Like I said, I always get people that really compliment what I'm doing or what I'm needing. So if you're somebody that doesn't have confidence in certain things, know that you'll be sent the people that you need that will help you, as it happens to me. And I'm not afraid to say, hey, I'm vulnerable in certain areas of my life. But that doesn't change who I am. It's just what I am in at the moment. But you're able to keep it real with yourself and say, hey, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. I don't feel comfortable sitting down and writing. I don't feel comfortable. I don't have the patience to sit and read. So that's why I got a Kindle. So, I work it out. But I accept it, accept it, guys. It's okay. Forgive yourself for not accepting yourself. Forgive yourself for being ashamed. Forgive yourself for something that happened in your life that you feel that you should have known better, or so on and so forth. We're human beings. Shit happens. So, as somebody that has come through so much, I hope that I'm able this year to really write my book and put it out there. And it's got nothing to do with money. I just want the right people to get it in their hands, to hear these words and to know that if I made it through being almost shot, killed, I could have probably been a drug addict. I could have so many things. And although there's things in my life right now that I say, God, why? I need to breathe. But I know that the things that are handed to me is because I'm a strong woman, and I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to keep moving, and I'm not going to choose the victim role. It's all about choice. So make your choice and make it today. Make it today. And if there's something that you feel that you're hurting with, that's been on your mind, it's been on your chest, let it go. Let it go, because it will consume you, it will weigh you down, and it will change who you are. And you're too damn beautiful to change who you are. Why would you change who you are? Everything is a state of mind, and you have to work with your state of mind. You really do. You have to decide what you're going to be. Your thoughts have life. Hi, Shannon. Your thoughts have life. So when you're thinking something, you're creating the life of it. So you're going to choose how that's going to live. So choose that it lives peacefully. Don't choose that it lives unpeaceful and dark. Choose your thoughts. Cleanse your mind. Because you're the only thinker in your mind. No one can do it for you. I could say whatever you could say. And I learned that. I learned that myself. Get in where you fit in within yourself, Lillian, and work through it. Work through it. I am very thankful for all the people that trust me and all the people that accept me as I am, who I am, And I really appreciate it. And it's such a blessing that it makes me emotional a lot of times, you know. I don't know where this will lead me, because I don't look at where I'm going. I look at how I'm going. I look at how much of my heart is in what I'm doing. I look at how appreciative I am of my students. And trust me, I have been in situations last year that I look like an asshole teacher. I look like a piece of shit. And I was like, oh my God, that was not what it looked like at all. And it was a lesson for me to slow down. And it all came from me wanting to go so fast, you know. So there was love behind it. But again, perhaps maybe that was a lesson for me as a teacher, a lesson for the student. And I don't stay mad at people, and I understand I have to work through things, but I understand, you know, I do. So I want to say to you guys that I appreciate you for coming on live. I really do. There's a lot of free things that you guys can learn about development on my YouTube channel if you're guided. If not, that's fine. You can stay connected on this page and see my craziness and what's happening. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit with me today, and I hope that you rise up today for me. Pick one situation to rise up with today and post it on my page. I would love to hear it. And I'll do the same. I'll post something that I had to rise up with today. And so I'll begin right now by saying, I had to rise up understanding that sometimes the people that you love the most were there for a season and a reason. And you have to let them go sometimes to allow them to be who they need to be, and stop enabling them, or understand that you serve the purpose that you should have in their life. And that is not the easiest thing. And that's something I, had to come to the realization of. So I'm doing that gracefully. And I am not saying it's easy, but I am really rising up, doing Reiki on the person, on myself, on the situation. Because I don't want hurt and I don't want pain to exist. I want us to detach peacefully and with love. And you can do it. You can. It takes time, but you can. So I'm rising up from that. You rise up from something today and you let me know. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Colleen. Rise up today for me. I'll put a post on my page saying, how did you rise up today? And post it below. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's come together. Bye for now, everybody.